Welcome to Interrogation Alley. This is First Ring Daily.
Where were you on the night of October 5th?
You are literally taking up the entire frame.
I'm just sitting here.
Well, you're just sitting here, but...
Well, why do you adjust the camera, you idiot?
Why don't we just keep it this way? I think the people will like it. This episode, very well put together episode, is brought to you by Smart Deploy. You can deploy all your images, applications, and scripts over your existing network or the cloud. Claim your free Smart Deploy licenses at smartdeploy.com/Thurrott, and we will, little link down below there.
Are you sure that's that size? Side?
Somewhere. It's somewhere. Anyways, folks, this is day one of Ignite. Satya took the stage for 45 minutes longer than he should have.
Yes, he did.
It was a lot of stuff announced. The Credge, or Edgium, or surfing thing. They announced a new logo. If you haven't seen the logo, that is up on Thurrott. That is coming, roughly speaking, January 15th. They're keeping the same name, though.
Yeah,
I think it's dumb.
Okay.
I think they should rename it.
Right.
Because there's a lot of heritage with Edge. It had many years of great success, high market value. People were very familiar with it.
Branding is hard, Brad.
Branding is hard. Apparently, so is making icons.
Jeez. Yikes.
Anyways, so we are here in Orlando.
Yeah, what's happened today? We got lost already.
We did get lost.
I guess you'll see in the video later. Of course, we got lost. It's funny because it's not really funny. It's just sad. But the hotel is between the various buildings that make up the conference center. Mm-hmm. So if you walk from the hotel to one of those buildings, like let's say the South Hall,
yep,
and then you find out you have to be in the West Hall. Do they get really bright in here?
I don't know, but I'm now noticing that you have so much room over there, and I get half a Brad's head.
You positioned that.
Anyways, we got lost.
Anyway, we went to the South Hall, and then we had to go to the West Hall, and that required us to actually go back to where we started, take a different bridge. This actually, if you just rewind the podcast and go back to the one we did a year ago,
yeah,
I think we made exactly the same mistake on the first day.
Yeah. They also, a couple of the bigger announcements, Project Cortex, which, if you're familiar with Delve, this feels like Delve 2.0-ish.
Wow, I was going to call it SmartTags 13.0-ish, but yes, sure enough, it's a good idea. Whatever its background or inspiration or whatever, it's good.
Yeah. They also announced the new Edge private search feature. So if you use the new version of Edge, and then you also go to Bing while in private.
And to be clear, you should say signed in with an Azure account.
That too. When you search, all that data and the things that could be tied back to you are blown away. So it is what they're calling true private browsing and searching.
Oh, I'm sorry, you're talking about that. Sorry, that doesn't require it. I thought you were talking about the new Microsoft Search integrated into Bing for enterprise customers. So in other words, you go to the browser, you search for someone's name or a skill or some type of thing that you need for work, and above the web results, you'll get Microsoft Graph-based results for your workplace, which honestly is pretty cool. That requires an Azure.
Yep. Then they also announced Azure. This one's it hurts to say this. They announced Azure Quantum.
Yeah.
Which is not quantum at all. It allows you to run. They're using algorithms inspired by quantum mechanics, allow you to see what your potential efficiency gains could be if you were using quantum stuff. Like it is. This is AT&T's 5GE, where it's neither 5G
nor E
but it's marketing mumbo jumbo, and it's coming in private preview in the coming months. Now they do have a bunch of quantum partners on board, and they're going to do it through their open source platform. Q#, I think, is the code or the coding language.
That's right.
So there you go. You know what my favorite feature was, though, Paul?
No.
There's a new feature coming to Excel. And it's called Automate. I think it's basically like macros, but for everybody.
Yeah.
What it allows you to do is record your on-screen actions and then turns it into an automated step-by-step process. So you just take, if you have a month-end report or a quarterly end report that always looks the same and you always have to do the same form running, you hit record, do the actions, and the next month you open that file, play that file back, and bam, it's all done.
I mean, that should be used across Office.
I bet it will be.
So what is it? Do you know what it's based on?
No, they didn't give a lot of
I wonder
information.
if it's a Power App type thing.
It's in that family of stuff.
Yeah,
it is
that's
considered.
Cool.
And they renamed Power Apps to like what, the Power Automate.
Yeah. That was Flow. They renamed Power Automate.
Maybe it's just the Power Platform is what they're calling it. They were doing some rebranding and all that stuff. A lot of Azure stuff. Azure Arc, which is their new hybrid 2.0 strategy. I wasn't aware we were done with 1.0, but
Sure.
Azure 2.0. The neat thing about it is for administrators, you can now manage all your resources, even on AWS, like all this free space resource over here. You could manage more properly through one interface rather than having to always kind of contort yourself to whatever system you're using.
I just want to point out again, you positioned the camera and told me to sit here.
It was a good interview because it could be like, Paul Thurrott, where were you on the night of the 13th?
I'd like to thank Brad Sams for joining me on the solo podcast.
So, if you haven't checked out Petri.com, you should, because there's about 13 articles that are up there. Tony did a good job recapping all of the teams announcements. Private channels are now out, and all that good stuff. So, busy morning.
Yeah, and a bunch of stuff happening that wasn't in the keynote. You know, they handed
Yes.
us one of those book of news type deals, which I think anyone can get now, which highlights everything they're announcing at the show. And, you know, on the client side, some interesting stuff, like OneNote 2016 is being fully supported again.
Yeah, odd, but yes.
Yeah, it's a little strange, but, you know, they're going to add new features to that if you're on Office 365. There was the Credge News, of course. What am I missing? I feel like I'm missing something here. Oh, and then WinUI 3.0 Alpha Preview is available now, and that's what's bringing, separating out the UI components that used to be specific to UWP, bringing them to Win32, to WinForms, to WPF.
There you go. So we're going to keep putzing around. We got lots and lots and lots to do, folks.
Yep.
But we will catch all of you right back here on First Ring Daily. But before you do that, go check out that Smart to Play offer. You can find those links down below. $700 worth of licenses up for grabs.
It's really a good deal.
It is a good deal. And Paul liked Smart to Play.
Yeah, that Smart to Play is fantastic.
So, all right, there you go, guys. Catch all of you right back here next time. Hopefully not so slanted.